Good morning. Yes, good morning. So I hear you wanted to talk to me about the current state, the past state, and the future state of MikuPa Live. Yes, no hesitation. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the past. Why did you guys decide to end MikuPa Live? Because we've heard a lot of people question the decision. There's been a lot of confusion. There's been a lot of, what was that all about? What happened? Well, I want to start out by saying that it wasn't an easy decision to make, and it wasn't my decision to make entirely. It was a decision made mutually between me and my two best friends who have been working with me through the majority of MikuPa Live. We started this journey together and we ended it together. We made the decision to mostly end MikuPa Live. It's not entirely over. We are still working on some background projects, but we will no longer be doing any major lives as a group. We won't be going to ASEN, we won't be going to Anime Magic, and we won't be putting on these huge dance projects because those were a lot of work and they took a lot out of us. We won't be putting out any more merch, we won't be putting out any more of these huge, massive things that took a lot out of us emotionally. We needed to focus on ourselves and things in our personal lives because doing this as MikuPa was taking out of our personal lives. That makes a lot of sense, and I won't ask anything else about that because that sounds really personal and I don't think people need to know about that. But what about the current state of MikuPa Live? We just posted our last video, probably for a very long time. It was our performance from Anime Milwaukee, our play that we decided to put together. Harmonies of Hope, the show will go on. It's about an hour and 50 minutes long, but I promise you it is worth the entire time if you give it a watch. All of us put in a lot of effort into our dances and into our acting. It's a great watch. I would definitely give it the time. And as far as the Discord server goes, it will stay open. It is open. It's not super active right now, but I've got a plan. You've got a what now? I guess that leads me into my next thing. What's your plan for the future? Because with a dead group, how do you plan on keeping a Discord server for a dead group active? Because that's a pretty big feat. Well, I had a little chat with Effie recently, and something that's always been the goal of MikuPa Live has been to connect with people. So what we're looking at doing is rebranding a little bit from MikuPa Live, which we're not really doing anymore, to MikuPa Connections. We're still going to keep the same theme where we're going to include Vocaloid, but instead of just keeping it Vocaloid, we're going to include a lot of different things to allow us to connect to people. I see it, but I don't really see it. Like, how are you going to connect to people? Like, what are you going to do to connect to people? It's complicated, especially if you don't really know how a Discord server works. But essentially what I'm going to be doing is creating roles that you can select when you join the Discord server that allow you to decide what content you want to interact with. If you don't want to see the Vocaloid content in the server, you don't have to. I know it's the Vocaloid server, but we can offer other things. We already have a great gaming community that has kind of sprung up just out of nowhere. We have so many people that have started playing Honkai Star Rail together, and we've been discussing it and hanging out and playing together, and it's been amazing. We don't have to stick to one genre in order to connect with each other. Okay, it's starting to make sense a little bit. So, if I'm already an active member of MikuPa, or if I've just at least been in there, I can start to expect to see some other channels popping up that might be a little bit more tied to some of my other interests, like maybe like Dragon Ball Z. Like I can see some Dragon Ball Z stuff pop in there. Like maybe I can start sending some stuff about Goku if I want to do that. Maybe. I mean, if that's what you're into, yeah, we're gonna have an anime discussion area for people who want to discuss anything anime and manga related. We're gonna have an anime streaming area for people who want to stream anime together. And the best part about the server is that it's locally based. We have people from Wisconsin and Illinois mainly. There are a couple of people from Minnesota who filter in and out. So we'll be able to discuss Goku from Dragon Ball Z and meet up with people who are like Goku from Dragon Ball Z if you really want to. Alright. I think you've officially convinced me on this MikuPa Live, MikuPa connection stuff. I might have to take a look, and good luck with your group. I hope it all works out for you. Thank you. And please take that off. It's an antique. Hello, I'm Leo, owner of MikuPa Live, MikuPa Connections, and I support this message.